Tell me about your family.
Yep, that's Summer's voice, pitch shifted, and
Yeah, Josh and I went over to John Meta's office. He does the, what's his title, actually?
sound
editor.
Sound editor.
And we sat there, and he went through a bunch of different versions of the voice. We were trying to figure out which one was going to be right.
Becomes like an eye test.
This is when I was on the set, Summer, and I was sitting with Charles Beeson, and we were just looking at each other like, oh my God, we were turning in the performance, of the season here. And I just wanted to ask you, where do you get the emotion? I mean, is it a method thing? I know it was exhausting. Where did it come from?
It was hard towards the end. I mean, I think Josh came in when I was doing this side of it.
Yeah.
And I was so embarrassed because I was having such a hard time pulling it out the second time around. But here,
Here's the best part.
here it was easier.
Yeah, you were. I think because it was. Yeah, you had done that side, the therapist's office. You had done on the second day, and you were. I remember you said something to me. You said, "I've run out of things to think about that make me cry."
Yeah, I did.
Did you write this, Josh?
No, Tony wrote most of it.
It's heartbreaking dialogue.
I can't remember what's what, but Tony wrote a good chunk of it.
I love this.
Everyone was dead.
Summer, you had done a really good take, the first take where you actually had cried, and you were concerned because you couldn't do it again.
Yeah, I was
you had a
really
good
focused the first time.
This one is just, I don't know which one this is, but
There's two takes of that.
Of this, that were good.
Yeah.
I tried playing a trick on you in the third take because you seemed like you had completely worn out, and I went and stood in your eye line because you didn't know I was there before, and I thought maybe that I could freak you out enough that you were disappointing me that you would cry.
That was probably a good plan.
sorry, I'm totally out of the conversation.
I sort of
because
stood
was
there,
just watching.
I sort of stood there with my arms folded and kind of like whispered to Charles as if I was concerned about your performance, thinking that perhaps I could unnerve you and you would cry again. But you'd already done. He had told me, she's like, well, she already did it on the first take, so I wasn't really concerned about it. But I know you were. But
I was spent.
you were spent.
I remember watching
no.
Oh God,
this
that's the
isn't-
shot.
God, yeah.
No kidding.
That's the Emmy.
You know what was really kind of genius is having the tear fall on this side, because that's Cameron the Terminator on the other side.
Yeah.
But this is a great moment
Yeah.
for Allison, the character, too, because she's still fighting. She's going to run. She's going to get out.
Yeah.
She doesn't give up.
Yeah, I always wondered if technically, not if emotionally, but if technically Terminators could cry. And this episode actually says that they can. I mean, even if psychologically she's not the Terminator, she's still physically the Terminator in the present day.
Well, a lot of, all of this goes back to the
Split my Jello with you.
scene that I wrote for Summer 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago, which was the audition scene when they were concerned that she wasn't showing enough emotion in the audition at the studio. And I said, but she's a Terminator. They said, but at the network, they want to know that she can really act. And I was like, God. All right. So I wrote her a monologue where she cried at the end, and it was all a big fake out anyway. And we went and did that at the network, and I was like, oh, look, she's so good. I'm like, yeah, we're never gonna do that, but of course we did.
Right now, in there.
Of course, Busy doesn't care. She's
This is my favorite.
Oh,
I
yeah.
read this sitting outside the studio we were doing the photo shoot in for the season 2 artwork, and I read this scene and I went, this is so sci-fi and crazy.
You must have the wrong number.
I love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just such a weird.
No, it's heartbreaking as well.
yeah,
You
and
see how
again, and
Allison
also
reacts.
another doppelganger, like another pregnant woman, another.
Yeah.
Yeah.